Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all my wonderful and juicy and delicious little subscribers out there. And how I love you all so, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful and super duper delicious, and that life is treating you oh so deliciously wherever you are in the world, okay? Now then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to any passers-by, and much love to you all, my delicious little babies, and I hope that you too are having a super duper and wonderful and delicious time wherever you are in the world. So what do we do? 3, 2, 1, beam me up, my juicy little lads. Thank you, little lad, you'll brighten up. Okay then, so our weather in our old neck of the woods in the old UK, no wind, I'm not going to sing it again, okay, right? And the sun is shining. The sun has got his hat on, hip 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 hooray. Okay, if you please like my video, if you could please click on a like. For others of you, please feel free to subscribe, and thank you. Now then, so this is just going to be a quick video today. Well, I always say that, but I do want to make it just a quick video today. I mean, I actually did my walk earlier, and you know, and then took my beautiful and delicious little Ruby Tuesday, okay, out, and well, you know, in a particular place, yes, and well, yes, and well, as I was on my way, okay, which this was not here before. So it must have only been there a couple of days, okay, on the lamppost, okay, which is virtually, you know, opposite the entrance, yes, to where I was taking my beautiful and delicious little Ruby Tuesday. Well, oh, sorry, excuse me. Well, there's a great big flipping camera right at the top. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little baby? Yes, so I just did a little shorts just to say, smile. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious babies? Yes. And it seems to have come about, it seems, not long after our beautiful and delicious, you know, dear little trees that had been around, you know, where I was walking, you know, around the lakes where I go. You know, not long after they'd been cut down. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious babies? Yes. Anyway, so I just thought I'd mention that. But, you know, we shall see. I mean, we are on an extremely quiet road. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? And to be perfectly honest, will there be really a lot of man and woman who look up? I very much doubt it. That's not being nasty, my delicious little babies. Oh, are we having a party? It's all right, let's just go off and on. So I'm not too sure, but I mean, I could say something else. Do you know what I mean? Maybe a pair of ladders, but anyway, I'm not going to say nothing else. Okay, my delicious little babies, yes. So yeah, so it seems that you know, the R's are everywhere, aren't they, my delicious little babies? Which of course, you know, we've been known a long time, haven't we? Yes. So I was listening to a video, you know, well, first of all, I'll tell you about this one. Just before I come on my camera to you all, my delicious little babies, and it's about this this man, okay, he said he's not in the, you know, in the politic, you know, things anymore. And he said, so here's what we do, okay? And he's talking about, you know, do this radical. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yes? He said, just vote, you know, just vote for, you know, an independent. Do you see what I mean? Yes? But to me, the way I see it, my delicious little babies, yes? And of course, very sadly, you are going to get ones who listen to that shite. Yes? Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? And he said, even if you cannot stand who it is that you're voting for, do you follow what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? Yes? So, and he's still doing this, you know, like imagine a pair of glasses, because he had a pair of glasses on, right, your man there. So he's got his glasses on, you know, and he's going, yes, I'm not in, you know, I'm not in this, you know, like this. And then he's going, yes, and they're this and they're that. And then he's going, do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, so you see, it seems to me that they're all there to play a part. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, but it seems to me as though the way he was coming across to me, but that's myself personally, my delicious little babies. I mean, others may think differently, okay? But I'm not going to advertise him anyway, okay? But the fact of the matter is, it seemed very much to me like, again, it's another form of brainwashing. Do you see what I mean? It's like, oh, well, if we cannot get round the public one way, then we'll do it another way. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little baby? So this is why I so often say, which I do, that ones out there, the delicious little babies, need to be on the ball. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? Because with this, all the elections and everything coming up, do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? Well, it's like they're trying to claw. Do you see what I mean? They're all at it. There we are. They're all at it. Do you see? So, well, nobody's going to get my vote anyway. Do you see what I mean? If I vote for anybody, I vote for myself. And that's it. There we go. I'll vote for my own self. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, not for this sipping shite. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? Anyway, so, and what was the other video that I flipping watched? Oh, yes. There's another video, actually. And that came up on my feed. And it was, HAARP, HAARP. It was to do with a documentary in 1995. Yeah, I mean, it was interesting to listen to. Do you know what I mean? Yes? But there's something to do with the film. When I was watching it, there was something to do with the film, with the electrical cables. Do you see what I mean? I cannot remember that film for the life of me. To this day, I cannot remember that film. But, what seemed to have been in the film was similar looking to these electricity, you know what I mean? What you use for electricity. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Yes? Anyway, I know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, that was only on for about 9 minutes. Just over 9 minutes, I do believe. I mean, I could be wrong, but I do believe it was only just over 9 minutes, yes. Interesting, really. Anyway, so, I mean, the thing is, I always say about any videos, really, I mean, you just take a look. Ones just see what they think of it. Do you know what I mean? Me, myself, personally, well, we hear so many things, don't we? Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, but, anything to do with radiation or anything like that. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, which, of course, I'm sure that there's thousands of videos on things. Do you see what I mean? So, just thought I'd mention that, really. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. Anyway, so this morning when I was out walking my beautiful and delicious little Ruby Tuesday, well, I bumped into these two women, right? So you had an older woman and then you had a younger woman, okay? Now, it was to do with going on a walk, and they were giving out leaflets. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Yes. And anyway, so, and while I was talking to them, okay, the older woman, and I'm going to be honest with you, my dear delicious little babies, I'm not going to say, I mean, at the end of the day, I never knew her, do you understand what I mean? I never knew any of the women, but I just felt that the younger one, okay, I probably would have said that she probably would have been around my age, and the older woman, well, I would have said would have been, I don't know, probably about 70 or something like that. Anyway, but I seem to relate better to the younger one, okay, and she did to I, okay, whereas the older one, she just seemed to me, let's just say, not meaning this in a nasty way, my delicious little baby, so please, but you do know that I'm a woman with a view, right? So I will have my view here, right? She just seemed to me like one of these boring housewives. Do you know what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies, yes? In other words, you know, like where they just want to be in this bubble, you know, and then of course, you know, if they do get to go on these walks, it's all juicy, wonderful and exciting. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious babies? Please do not get me wrong. I enjoy to walk, okay? I love to walk, okay? But I know what I'm talking about here. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yes? So that's not being nasty or anything. I'm just done saying it the way it is, okay? But she's clearly a woman there who you just couldn't, you know, sort of engage with, really. And then what happened was, I mentioned about the 15-minute cities, didn't I? Now, the younger woman, okay, none of them had heard of this, by the way. So, surprise, surprise, okay? And so the younger woman, she, you know, was very, you know, because she not heard of it. The older woman, and this is what was so surprising, my delicious little babies. Well, really, it's surprising, but it's not, if you know what I mean. But it's a level of ignorance. Do you see? It's like she had no interest at all. So I thought, you know what? I thought I'm going to make this clearer now. Very politely, my delicious little babies, yes, to make it clearer. So I said, okay. I said, you know how you're delivering your leaflets and you're walking around this lovely lake, yes? And of course, you know, she's nodding, you know, and the younger woman, she's going, yes, you know, like that. She had far more interest, do you see what I'm saying to you, than what the older woman did. And I said, well, just to let you know, I said that if we had these 15-minute cities, I said, you wouldn't be walking around like this, my little lovelies. I said, so, and my exact words was actually, I said, so I'm just done telling, which I did as we were walking. I said, so I'm just done telling it the way it is. Do you say? But all that the older woman was interested in was if there was a passerby, just to hand the leaflets. Can you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? So I wanted to point that out. It's a sheer flipping ignorance. Do you see? There we go. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, she just struck me as your type of woman there. And believe you me, I've met a large number, there we go, in my flipping years. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my decades, right? Where she probably, you know, stands in the kitchen doing the Sunday lunch, you know, at the same time, you know, whatever o'clock it is. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, probably sits down with the glasses, you know, reads a book or something, and her husband probably reads a newspaper. And do you see what I'm saying to you? Living a flipping boring, you know, life. Do you know what I mean? I've met many women, there we go, like that. Believe you me. So this is not me being nasty. It's just for the fact that if we had to rely on a world with women like that, the older one, well, we may as well just flipping say we'd be flipping doomed. Do you see what I'm saying? But the younger one was very happy to engage, and she was really interested. Do you see what I mean? And I was just explaining. I said, all you need to do, because for me to stand there and explain, right, I never had no pen or anything either, you know, to write it down for her, yes? Because I would have done that. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Because she was showing an interest. I just said, I said, just please just go on YouTube. I said, and please just type in, 15-minute cities. I said, so then you'll find out for yourself. I said, because, you know, what it is, I said, they're knocking flats up like nobody's business. I said, they want everybody in a 15 minutes, you know what I mean, where wherever you walk to is within a 15 minutes timeline. Do you see what I'm saying? So if you want to go to the shops, it should be within 15 minutes, or whatever you want to do within 15 minutes. Do you see what I mean? I mean, the younger one, she sounded to me, and just to look on a bird trace, God bless her, you know, she was like, do you know what I mean? Yes. But the other one was just taking no notice at all. But I did say very politely, sorry, my delicious little babies. I did, okay, because one must respect their elders, right? But I did say, I said, but you know, I said that's all right. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. I said because when you hear these things, yes. I said, then you're soon going to find out, aren't you? I said, anyway, I said, ladies, you know, I said, have a nice day. Okay, and just carried on. I just thought, you know what? I just you know, I mean, a younger woman, yes, I would have had all the time in the world for her, but not your older woman there. Do you know what I mean? And she's probably one who's taken flipping 3 jibby flipping jabs. Do you understand what I mean? So at the end of the day, I just thought, no. But that's what I'm saying to you. This is the world, my delicious and beautiful little babies out there, okay? And by the way, I wasn't saying nasty things about other delicious little babies out there who have taken the old, you know, jab, 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 jib, jab, right? Not saying that, okay? It's just that when you come across such ignorance, yes? Oh, and I did mention to him as well, I said, the trouble is, I said, there's too many, I said, watching the box in the corner of the room, I said, doing no blooming research, and all your older woman there could be bothered with is handing out flipping leaflets or going for a walk. Do you know what I mean? So, and I was thinking to myself, you know, my old noddle, I was thinking, you know something, you know, I was talking to, you know, your other younger woman there, but that one was just, you know, and I just thought, yeah, I thought she'd seen me flipping crying like titty la la and blarting if she couldn't flipping walk around the lake or go where she wanted to go. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. But that's where I said to them, which I did say, I says one day, I says, you'll remember my bow trace. I said, you'll remember that I spoke to you about it, yes. Do you see what I mean? And of course, you know, I went off, I had plenty of time between, you know, but not nasty or anything, right? But I've got no time for your older women like that. No time at all. Do you know what I mean? She's probably one of these retired, what do you call, you know, one of these office, or do you understand what I mean? Yes, well, I mean, I worked in an office. Do you see what I'm saying to you for many flipping years? Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, but you do not carry on like that. You know, like you've got a flipping plum in your gob. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, there we go. So that was one of my experiences, and I actually, you know, talked to a couple of, you know, others as I was walking around, God bless them, you know what I mean, very pleasant. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. But again, you know, we're back to this again, and I watched a video this morning to do with Norfolk, which I have mentioned on one of my videos, yes. And of course, you had the council there, you know, it's on one of these news, yes, on YouTube. And it was to do with, you know, they were having a meeting and everything, you know. And you see, somebody brought up the, you know, the subject. Do you see what I mean? Yes. To do with, well, okay, so you've got this going on in Oxford. Then you've got Australia, then you've got in different places. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, and it's, you know, is it a coincidence that it's happening all over? Do you see what I mean? Not only in our neck of the woods in the old UK, but it's happening everywhere and in other countries. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, but again, when you look at the councils, you know, in fact, you know what, my delicious little babies, I'm going to be honest, there we go, before I even say it, it's flipping shocking. It's shocking to see how many, and even though the ones work for the councils, yes, everywhere, yes, that it's so shocking that they know nothing. I mean, you'd at least expect some of them to know something, but it appears that you probably get one out of whoever's in the departments or whatever. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? And it just goes to show how life has become, doesn't it, my delicious little babies, if we look at this a different way? You know, and how engrossed ones get in their jobs, shall we say. So they become so engrossed. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes? But they seem to miss, it's a bit like when you're signing something, isn't it? Yes, it's like you got the larger writing, yes, and then you got the smaller writing. Do you see? But generally speaking, if somebody, I'm not saying everybody, my delicious little babies, but you know, you'll probably find a large percentage do not read the small print. Do you see what I mean? They'll look at the larger print and then sign something, but they do not look at the small print. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? That's how I'm putting it, really. But I do not trust it. And even if they said, oh, we've got it on record, do you see what I mean? That, you know, that they've said that they're not going to do this, they're not going to do that. You know, I would not trust them as far as you can throw them. No, not a chance. Not a chance. Because they just tell you anything. This is what I'm saying. Do you see what I mean? And then at the end of the day, you know, for the ones who are using their old flipping noddles, do you see what I'm saying to you in the council? And they think, oh, you know, it's like they're, and this is how it's become, my delicious little babies. It's like, you know, even for the ones who, you know, once they do learn and flipping worky, do you see what I mean? It's like they're frightened to say something. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? That's the only way, really, that I can explain this, really. But, so yeah, so it seems that it's still ongoing, it seems. You know, I mean, the councils are still trying to do it. I mean, I do feel at the moment, to be honest with you, I feel that the ones who seem to be, you know, getting most of it is, there we go, in Oxford. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, they seem to be getting, you know. But of course, you know, if you remember years ago, you know, like, so, you know, say if you heard, because everybody's heard, haven't they, in their lifetime, you know, somebody gets to go to Oxford, you know, Oxford. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, they're very posh. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. So, I mean, it is really amazing, actually, but I've known this long time anyway. I just haven't mentioned it, really, to tell you the truth, no, right? But, you know, it seems to me a lot started in, there we go, in Oxford, didn't it? Do you see what I mean? So maybe they wanted to use that as a... Do you see what I'm saying? Yes? But of course, you know, they've named us all different things. In Birmingham, it's one thing. In London, it's another. You know, they seem to have all different names for the same thing. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, which is to trap us, restrict us, stop us from... You know, I'm surprised that, you know, if they could stop us from breathing for a certain length of time and then breathe again, then, you know, so it's in, out, in, out. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, oh, mind you, sorry, correct me. Tried that with the old muscles, didn't I? Do you know what I mean? And of course, you did have some, God bless, because one has to say that, that fell for this shot. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? So, you know, this is just an ongoing saga, really, my delicious little babies. It's just an ongoing thing, isn't it? Yes? But the more and more that rises up, but I'm glad, actually, I'm glad that I bumped into, you know, the younger woman. Do you know what I mean? Out the two. I'm glad about that because now, you know, she would take that upon herself. Do you see what I'm saying to you? And I pretty much say, sorry, we're like, are we having a party? And I pretty much say that she'd be paying attention and there we go, and she would actually have a look. And then, of course, she'd be able to tell everybody else, you know, in her community. Yeah? Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? So even if you just tell one, do you see what I mean? But I'd pretty much say that other than who I've spoken to, sorry about this, okay? For the rest, they never knew. And they still do not know. Do you see? So therefore, correct me if I'm wrong, doesn't that make the box in the corner of the room and the flipping shite media, doesn't it make them sneaky little slithery little snakes in the grass lower than the snake's belly? Because they'll talk about other things, but they will not inform anybody, there we go, of the seriousness of all of this. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? So, like, that's that, really. Now, one more thing I just want to say, just before I leave the video. There was how many years back was it now? And I mean, this is sort of like more of a, shall we say, a personal thing really. So my delicious little babies out there, this is more for the ladies and the women out there, dear ladies, dear women out there. But years ago, I don't know why, but years ago, you know, you used to have something that looked a bit like this. I mean, they still have them now, don't they? But there was, you know, to do with the women like and the ladies, okay? And, you know, some are Jews these, okay? And so many years back, there we go. And some things just for some reason just come into me whole noddle for some reason. And there was some dear women, dear ladies who were using those. Okay, I mean, this is just a tissue, by the way, my delicious babies, okay? It's just, I've just rolled it up for some reason. And what was happening was, well, they ended up being hospitalised. Because what happened was there was something toxic in you know, in one of those. I don't know what I've just mentioned. There we go. Why I've just said that for some reason. Okay, mind you, I mean, there's another excuse me, famous company, wasn't there? That years ago, okay, it turned out that and to be honest with you, when I heard this some years back, and I'm going to be honest with you, my delicious little babies, right? In fact, it flipping angered, there we go, it flipping angered me, you know, right? And the reason why I'm going to say that, my delicious little babies, is because I actually used these with the company products on my own daughter, you know, both of my daughters at different times, but to tell you the truth, only very, very, very tiny at the beginning with my youngest daughter. Oh, how I love them so, they're beautiful and delicious. But then I used something else. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. And, well, it turned out that those products cause cancer. What was in them? Now, for those of you out there, my delicious little babies, I'm going to give you a flipping clue now, right? Because it flipping angered me, and I thought to myself, my dear God. I thought, and I used, because it's classed as a top 9, there we are. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? I'm my eldest daughter, beautiful little daughter, yes? And my youngest, only just a tiny bit, do you see what I mean? Because then once I found out, I thought, oh, bloody heck, no. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then I swapped it, yes, for something else, okay? It was actually brilliant, actually, to be honest with you. But I'll give you a clue. At the start of the old pandemic, please ignore the old dog and burn, I'll get back, okay? Sorry about that, my delicious little babies. At the start of the old pandemic, the old jabs, okay? Please take a look at one of the ones that got shushy removed, okay? One of them. Okay, my delicious little babies, yes. So, and there was actually some lawsuits, okay? There was some lawsuits where, you know, at the end of the day, you know, and there was rather large payouts, okay? Because it was proven. So, to me, I can, you know, only hope and pray, you know, and for anybody out there who used, you know, these products. Sorry, the lights keep going on and off, my delicious little babies, yes. Whoever used these products, do you see what I'm saying to you? But of course, when you think that they're the top in, you know, on the market, there we are. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. Because I would never flipping use no shite on my burns. Never. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. Only to find out that. Okay. So I just thought I'd mention that as well. So maybe the reason why I've mentioned these, my delicious little babies, just be really careful for you dear women and dear ladies out there, okay? You're going to get me what I'm talking about, okay? So something, there we go, something's made me just be very careful, okay? Because like I said, there was going through a stage of this some years back where, you know, some were using these and yes. And they ended up in hospital. Okay, it's like a poisoning. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yes, so I'm not going to say, you know, I know it sounds like I'm going around the houses, but do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yes, because otherwise, you know, somebody could say, oh, you know, she said this, she said that. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, so, you know, I've just had to say it in a different way, okay? But yes, so there are, you know, other products to use, in other words. I should have said this months ago, actually. It's just I never thought about it because I was always thinking about, you know, what's the next topic. Not that it's not important, but I was always thinking about what the next topic or subject it is that I wanted to cover or what I wanted to advertise and get out. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. So I wasn't really paying attention, but, you know, I should have, you know, it was at the back of my mind, if you know what I'm saying to you. Yes. Anyway, so that's the video, my delicious little babies. So thank you so very much for listening. I know it sounds like I just rambled on today, really. Well, anyway, do you know what I mean? Sometimes I do ramble on. Do you see what I mean? But then, you know, I do not feel that I'm rambling on just for no flipping reason. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? So that's that really. So thank you so very much, like I say, once again for listening. And if you've even had the time, you know, to even listen to me, God bless you. And wishing you a beautiful morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are in the world, okay? And wishing you so much love, okay? And please continue to feel the love, okay? Please give a pat on the back, a shake of the old hand, okay? And please continue to feel the love, okay? And please tell some family members, some friends, some work colleagues that they're wonderful, juicy, delicious, and you love them, okay? So until my next video, my delicious little babies, you take care now, and please take care of others as well. Much love, take care, thank you, goodbye.